Thousands of residents in the regional municipality of Wood Buffalo have been ordered to leave their homes as a wildfire burning southwest of Fort McMurray continues to draw closer to the community. Communities across Fort McMurray are being evacuated to allow for fire suppression efforts, the regional municipality of Wood Buffalo said in an emergency alert Tuesday afternoon. The evacuation order is in effect for the neighborhoods of Beacon Hill, Abasand, Prairie Creek. All residents in the evacuation zone must leave the area by 4 p.m. MT, the municipality said. The neighborhoods under evacuation are most at risk. Crews will be better able to defend these areas if they are empty and inhabited, municipal officials said. People who are unable to evacuate themselves are being asked to report to designated muster points, where transit buses will be on standby to bring evacuees and their pets to safety. An evacuation alert remains in effect for Fort McMurray, Prairie Creek, Gregoire Lake Estates, Fort McMurray, First Nation Hash, 468 Anzac, and Rickards Landing Industrial Park. People in these areas should be prepared to leave on short notice if the risk from the fire escalates. Residents not in the evacuation zone are being encouraged to remain in place to allow for a safe evacuation of neighborhoods most at risk. A wildfire threatening the community has now consumed more than 9,600 hectares, as shifting winds and rising temperatures continue to accelerate its growth and push the flames closer to the municipality. Local state of emergency. With the northeastern Alberta community under threat, the municipality has declared a state of local emergency. The community is no stranger to the devastation that wildfire can cause, and officials are urging residents to remain calm but prepared. José Saint-Onge, a spokesperson with Alberta Wildfire, said the fire has grown since it was last measured and has continued to advance toward the community. The fire is now around 8 kilometers from the landfill on the southern outskirts of Fort McMurray, she said. The scale and intensity of the fire has made it difficult to track and to manage. We're seeing extreme fire behavior. Smoke columns are developing and the skies are covered in smoke. Firefighters have been pulled from the fire line for safety reasons, Saint-Onge said. Winds are blowing from the southwest, gusting up to 40 kilometers per hour. The fire will continue to grow toward the community until those winds shift, she said. Unfortunately, these are not favorable winds for us, and the fire will continue to advance towards the town until we see a wind shift, she said. We understand that this is a very stressful time for the community. I want to assure everyone that we are doing everything we can. Weather fueling fire. Parched, hot weather continues to fuel extreme high-intensity conditions across northern Alberta. As of Tuesday morning, more than 50 wildfires were burning across the province, including 2 out-of-control fires, the one encroaching on the regional municipality of Wood Buffalo and another threatening homes in County of Grand Prairie. The wildfire burning out of control southwest of Fort McMurray now covers an estimated 9,602 hectares, growing from 6,579 hectares the previous day. A new aerial scan of the fire, released Tuesday, detailed how the fire had grown toward the west and northwest. The closest point of the fire is now about 13.5 kilometers from the municipal landfill, the agency said. The landfill is about 3 kilometers from the southern boundary of Fort McMurray. The wildfire is about 13 kilometers from the intersection of Highways 63 and 881, the only 2 highways that lead south out of the community. Alberta Wildfire said the wildfire grew Monday when the sun came out and the humidity dissipated during the afternoon. Shifting winds also contributed to the growth in multiple directions. The agency said the wind is expected to remain a challenge. On Tuesday, winds are expected to blow from the west-southwest at 20 kilometers per h, gusting to 35 kilometers per h, with a high of 21 C. José Saint-Onge, a spokesperson with Alberta Wildfire, said crews will be working against the weather again Tuesday as unfavorable winds push the fire toward the community. It's not what we want to see, but we will do everything we can to stop the progression of this wildfire. Kindly like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments section.